If the direction ahead of you is clear, chances are you are following someone else's path. Everything that bothers us in others can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. Where your fear is, there is your task. When a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely, for thinking is a difficult task. That is why many people believe that even a happy life cannot exist without a dose of darkness. The word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Children learn more by the example of adults than by their words. You are defined by what you do, not what you say you will do. The key to your earthly pursuits is here. The shoe that fits one person can squeeze into another. There is no single recipe for living that applies to all cases. For good to prosper, evil must be set aside. The greatest tragedy in the family is the life not lived by the parents. You are not defined by what happened to you, but by the choices you made. Asking the right question is half the solution to a problem. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you really are. Man needs to face difficulties, as they are essential for health. The soul requires recklessness, not wisdom. Loneliness does not arise from the absence of people around, but from the inability to communicate certain things or have views that are considered inadmissible by others. Fear is a form of dependence, just as a weakened man needs support. Real life begins at 40. So far, you are simply conducting a survey. Being talented does not necessarily imply owning something. It means you have something to offer. People often resort to extreme measures, no matter how absurd, to avoid confronting their own souls. The little things with meaning have more value in life than the bigger things without it. Shame is an emotion that consumes souls. Your vision will only become clear when you can examine your own heart. Middle age is the time to put aside a dominant ego and contemplate the deeper meaning of human existence. Every kind of addiction is harmful, be it alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a part of being, but by integrating opposites. We are born in a specific time and place, just as wines have qualities of the year and season in which they are produced. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Suffering is not usually inflicted by foreigners, it is the tormented who often become the tormentors. He who has not faced the hell of his passions will not overcome them. People grow in different ways, some in the light and some in the shade. There are many who need shade, not light. Nothing can be changed until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Woe to those who live only by examples, there is no real life in them. Living by example means living the life of example, but who will live your life besides yourself? So live your own life. Man cannot endure a meaningless existence. Retreating in the face of death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. Where love rules, there is no desire for power, and where power predominates, love is absent. One is the shadow of the other. The greatest and most crucial problems in life are all, in their essence, insoluble. They can never be solved, but only overcome by the man who faces the trials. Finding meaning in them is the real challenge. What we try to avoid by dodging and seemingly forgetting is dangerously close, and will eventually return, often with more intensity. Knowing one's own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness in others. In each of us, there is a side that we do not know. Depression is like a woman in black. If it shows up, don't push it away. Invite her, offer her a seat, treat her like a guest and listen to what she has to say. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Knowledge rests not only on truth, but also on error. Every human life contains a potential, and if this potential is not realized, life has been wasted. If an attractive woman is single, it is because she is smarter than everyone else. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Do not cling to the one who is leaving, otherwise you will not find the one who is coming. Do not rush to help those who did not ask, for not everyone who is drowning needs a hand, some want to drown. Most people consider themselves knowledgeable in psychology for a simple reason. For them, psychology comes down to what they know about themselves. Any change must begin somewhere, and the only individual who will go through it is the individual himself, who can be any of us. No one can afford to wait for someone else to do what he himself hates to do. We have chosen these quotes from Carl Jung in the hope that they will help you understand yourself better. He was one of the first psychologists to introduce the idea of analytical psychology and popularize it to the world. Thank you for watching this video.